Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Redux with your host, Rinky, aka Cheetor. As we continue, I'm so defeated. As we continue on this Project L tier list, which I thought was not going to be this long, but it is this long, because again, 140 champions. This is part 5, and this has to be the finale. I have nothing in me anymore. I'm broken. I'm used up. Like a toothbrush. What? Like toothpaste. It's crazy. So I'm going to try to burn. Well, I can't really burn through it because I want to give everything its time, its due, its love, its grace. But at the same time, tier list is killing me. So let's continue and keep on keeping on. So let's continue. Yeah. Whatever that needs to be. So we're on Victor. Victor is pretty much the anti-Jace, if you want to put that, because Jace is in Pitover. He's about the change, using Hex Tech, Perseverance, or Prevalence, or whatever. And Victor's like, fudge that, Zonelin. I was about to not be able to walk anymore and eventually die, but I will learn how to adapt, become a cyborg in a way. And his whole thing is about battle garb, or making people cyborgs and making things into robots or making things of that nature. And he has experimented throughout the canon of League of Legends and also in the non-canon parts of just making like cho'gath. And then also Velcox and all those other things. Battlecast is what I'm trying to say. And making them into robots and stuff like that. He went through a lot. But is he a good fighter? He would have the laser, which was very interesting and would bump. And then, dang, I can't really think of Victor's. Like, he would have the stun thing. I still say most likely not, just because he's just such a, like, you can do the traps or whatever, but it's so many people can do traps and then still be agile. He would be so, like, in whatever. And there's another Kane person. I put Swain. Swain's a little bit better than Victor on that, so most likely not. But let me see here. Vi's on the most rumored list. Like, she's up there, but also the fact that Vi is a champion that has to be a fighter in Project L, because she just works. Like, her whole kit is like charging in, doing her damage, hit, charging in, doing the damage, gets a shield. Sometimes that might be a little bit changed a little bit because having shields on shields, or maybe you would just be transferred into super armor of some sort if they have super armor. But yeah, she would be crazy. They would be crazy not to put her, especially because they put her sister Jinx in there. So I can see her. If you put Jinx in there, and Jinx, people would be like, oh, well, that's a markswoman, she shouldn't be there, and they made it work. I'm pretty sure they made it work because we have to put Vi in there, so we have to make Jinx work. So yeah, Vi is like almost most def, and also was another one of the rumored characters. But yeah, 100%. Vi's from Pitover, by the way. Sorry. She's from Zon. She works with Caitlyn and Pitover, and they are a couple. So, which at the first time they were like almost seemed like just best friends, or like but yeah. You know, yeah, and that's one thing. Like with Vi, it should be like Caitlyn could be like part of her story, but Caitlyn's not a character or a fighter, I should say. Vladimir's a weird one, because Vladimir would have the whole thing where he's a mage. And he technically can use. I think they could do it. They would have to rework and use his blood a little bit more in his like attacking and everything. But he can do it. I can see it happen. He's a good agile and tanky kind of mage. You just have to use his blood as a weapon more often. I can see it. Not more than Camille, but I can see it. I'm gonna switch these. I'm gonna switch that. Put this over here. Yeah, put it next to the dog. Dog. Actually, put dog more than him, which has angered most people. Anyway, So, oh yeah, we finally got to Vladimir. 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 I was saying Volibear and Vladimir in the same sentence. Okay, sorry. Volibear, which is supposed to be, is Freylord. It's the god of savagery, pretty much. In Freylord, and is in the lore. He really doesn't want like people to advance because then he thinks that if people are advancing, becoming comfortable, that they will lose their savagery, they'll lose their bite in a way, and he doesn't like that. Also, they will stop praising him, and he loses some power because he doesn't get praised as much. Because again, why would you need the god of savagery when you're just in your home eating popcorn or like stoking the fire? Like it's not something you're being more not really hospitable, but you're just being more of a home buddy when you're supposed to be out in the wars and die by the steel. He's plausible. Like Adura and him are plausible. In I would think Volibear might be in there over Adura just because his moves just work a little bit better, and he would have that ult where he just becomes huge. He wouldn't have the turret thing. He'd just become bigger and I guess more tankier, and then it will go away. But I can see it. I can see it. I'm gonna put him in the same. I'll put him before Nessus, but I can see him being there. Ooh, the Warwick, Zaan's finest, and in the lore, I think he was experimented by Singe. And stop being this person who goes after Soraka, the Star Child. Yeah, definitely not going to stay here. I can see where they would have to retool him a little bit because he can't just be bloodlust and just running after a person. But I can see him as like almost like as a John from Darkstalkers, just but without the nunchuck. Like he's just a savage, a wolf that like jumps on people, lunges at them, scratches at them, does his kicks and stuff like that because he can do that now. Unlike how Project L will lock him into what he is. So I can see it. I can see it as a savage thing. You're more than Tom Kench, come to think of it. It's plausible. Plausible. I'm not gonna say most deaf. It's plausible. Wukong is so unknown. Because he's supposed to be, it's Monkey King. It's Monkey King Luffy. Nobody, he's Monkey King. And the whole thing is like, he is a Phasayan. He can make a clone and it will disappear. Because people are like, oh, which one's the clone? But it kind of works really only in League. Because in the Project L, they're going to kind of know. Unless you're just standing there and the other clone's standing there and they're like, did he switch with the clone or what happened? And that'll be just difficult. Stupid. His ult would be annoying. His ult would be so annoying. Especially in that tight space. I say most likely not, to be real honest. I don't really see the point. They're going to have another Ionian. Be annoying. Xerath, actually, I can see him being plausible. His ult will be not the same. You might have Chain Lightning as his ult or something like of that nature. Unless they're going to make it a cinematic ult. Because I cannot imagine him just like... I put him on the slow... Like, we'd have to make it different. Jin Zhao. Mr. Spearman. His ult could work. It would have to be like they would have to tool his thing to Project L, but it's plausible. It's plausible. A little bit more plausible than these guys. He would be in that same list. Oh yeah, Jin Zhao is from he's Ionian, of course, but he's from he represents Demacia. So yeah, that's the thing. Ooh, Yasuo. Yeah, you're going to be in the most def. Like, most definitely you're going to be there. Because Yasuo is the wind. And if we're going to have elements, we're going to have the wind. I know Riven's supposed to also be of that, like, these could be a problem together. But Yasuo is what he's known for. Yasahi! All that stuff. I would love to see his talent, his things in Project L, and how that would be shaped differently. He just probably got more range and can do more stuff. The wind part is going to be weird because how's that going to... Oh, God, would he have to hit somebody with his wind and then use his ult right there? Probably. Probably that would work. Probably would be like a S1 or a Special 1 to get it. I don't know what Special 2 would be, but... Could be cool. Just use that template, like, use his powers. I like that. Maybe Static Shift is actually in his kit, unlike having it as an item. Yone. Yone is interesting. Because I guess Yone would work, but Yone I think would be more of like a DLC comparative to like Yasuo be. I know Yasuo is like most have, but I don't know about Yone because double hits. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him in the plausible. Yone is Yasuo's brother, both from Ionia. Apparently Yasuo was blamed for the killing of their master. Yone did not believe his brother because, of course, the evidence matches that it was by wind that the master died. So, of course, it had to be Yasuo. They had a fight. Yasuo beat his brother, and then his brother found himself in the afterlife. But oddly enough, found a different mission in the afterlife, which now he killed off something that is almost like an Oni in their world. And now wears its mask, but also kills other evil spirits of that nature. And that's pretty much it. Like, that's what he does. It's kind of still alive and not alive at the same time. It's weird. But yeah, in there. Yorick. Yorick would be fun. Especially if they tooled him different, he could be interesting. Because the dead, and if they put him as more like yes, he hits with a shovel and everything like that, but he also has like the dead is like a thing that he can do. He's like, you can hit the shovel down, and they grab you, and you're like, oh, what the hell? And you have to force your way out of it, and different stuff of that nature. Not like the wall thing. They would have to find different ways of tooling him. His ult would be weird because he just summons a thing that goes and keeps attacking you. Maybe you have to kill that first before you can... Ooh, it's weird. He would have a puppet. But, who knows? It's plausible. Yes. 100% anti-tier. The cat does not work on its own. Even in League. So, whole thing is... This is Yuumi. Which is supposed to be... It's not even a Yordle. It's a cat. It's just a straight up cat. And it's Yordle's cat. I can't remember the Yordle's name. But... It was missing its master because the master went on a mission, I guess, inside the book that it's writing, because the book can transport people into different places. Almost like how Bandle City has its own warps to go to other places, but then the master couldn't get out. So the cat and the book went on a mission to find the master and come back. Now it has a connection with the book. But Yuumi doesn't really work in Project L unless she's going to link herself or whatever, and then you just have something there. It would just be very annoying. And she doesn't really fight on her own. Because even in League, if you kill the person she's attached to, because it's a whole gimmick, is that she can attach and not be a target. But if you kill the person she gets taken off the attached person, they're dead, and then she literally can just like and try to like get away, but she dies. So no, I wouldn't want it. It would just be like, why is this here? Zac, I would say very plausible in the game. He's very good. He could bounce up and down. He would have those specials, and then maybe a slingshot as like his cinematic one where he would just like boom. I can expect him like being able to change forms in his Like they could open him up. They could open him up to like make him a little bit different than what he is in League. So I can see that. Zach is from Zon, and he thinks of himself as a superhero, even though he's made of I want to almost say acidic goo. I'm probably it's just goo. It's just straight up goo, but it's very weird. Zed is so far down here. Zed is Ionian. Zed is from the Shadow Clan. He does not believe in what Shen's talking about with balance and order and BS. He believes we need to get what is ours and do what is needed, because there's a whole thing where Ionia had to fight Noxus, and that did not go well, and different ideologies came from that, and problems. But from those things, like Zed now has his own clan, I guess, his own ninja group, and Kane was a part of that. If you remember, I was talking about this guy with a scythe, and he's a ninja. Like, I'm gonna put him like he's not even plausible. Like, it's most likely gonna happen with this thing of him shape-shifting and going through different places. And it's just what he's going to do. He's going to be a ninja. He's going to be... And there's probably going to be more than just a Kali in there. It's probably going to be also him in there, too. And if not a Kali, that's probably going to be as a Most Def, like, from there. Ziggs, he's not anti-tier, even though he's a Yordle. Because I can see where the bouncing and stuff could be annoying. But he can technically work if you wanted to try it, but most likely they're not. They're just gonna be like, it's a Yordle, bro. It's a Yordle. And not a martial one either. It's just he throws bombs. Zillion. I know League of Legends. I know, not League of Legends. My brain sometimes does this. League of Runeterra. No. What is that? Legends of Runeterra. God. Okay. So I know Legends of Runeterra made this character better looking and cool and stuff like that. He's also from Ithcathia. He also has chrono magic, which is weird because Echo is chrono also, but he's like almost of a scientist, while this guy's like a magician or wizard of time, pretty much, is the best way of saying that. I guess due to the time bombs and the displacement, he could be a cool trap character. And see how that would work. Could also place bombs on... Ooh. You could place bombs on characters and it would be delayed, so even if you have to switch out or do that, the bomb's going to still hit them from the shadows. That could be interesting. I say plausible. I'm saying he's plausible. Where would he fit, though? Yeah. Also, this guy needs to go way up. Okay. Oh, Zozo. I don't want any kids in the game. Zo is an aspect of... I want to say Twilight. Which is Mount Targon's whole thing with the... They're close to the heavens, and then people can climb that mountain, which is treacherous, to try to meet with one of the aspects and become an aspect, or meet with the celestial gods, I guess, and become an aspect. So it would be interesting, but it would be weird because they would have to tool her differently. Because in League, she can steal summoner spells and stuff like that, but there's no summoner spells in Project L, so what would she be stealing? Or what she would... Unless it's going to be like she can do... Unless they could put a special as something like she can use a summoner spell on random every time she uses her special, which not a bad choice. Instead of, so she would have the spells as her special, so like it's like, oh, you press S1, you can get ignite, or you can get heal, or you can get flash, or you can get barrier, or get this, like you get the summoner spells on like rotation of wild magic or some weird stuff like that. That would not be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all, come to think of it. And maybe special to, like, I don't know. It's weird. They would have to retool her, but that's not a bad idea, especially because she could just portal in and out of places and do her little shots and be annoying. I actually would not put it around, like, I put it right next to the kid. Yeah. Wouldn't put that. It's not a bad idea now that I think about it. I was gonna put her over here. So. Zyra with her plants. Okay. So Zyra's different because she can use her plants and everything. She can also like reach into her plants, and she would have traps and stuff like that. Because you can set up these seedlings. Her ult is kind of wouldn't really work. I'm gonna put her here. Also, she's from Ishtal. I don't know if she is supposed to be of the vines itself, or if she gets transformed to this. But yeah, that's what she is. Oh, is this Zuri? Or Zuri? I think it's... Oh. Phone. Yeah, that's Zuri. Zuri's interesting. Because she can shoot. And she can move around. She probably could zap the crap out of you. If she knew what she was doing more often. She does have an ult that's just like a burst kind of ult. And but she is a markswoman. And I did always like, I don't like ADCs in here or auto damage. My god. Auto damage carries, I think that's going for. But at the same time, she has an interesting thing that she's not really far range, and she's not really. She can become far range, and then she can use it. Oh yeah, she can extend her range. No, you know what? Yeah, she would have something like what Jinx has, and Jinx is already in the game. Yeah, it's most likely gonna happen. Rosada Glass would be an interesting character, but in a fighting game, unless you're gonna be using that thing that blows people up, I can't really see. And her ult does not really work. So I'm gonna put her. Most likely not gonna happen. Now, Bel'Veth is interesting. Because, yes, she can do the... And she's technically a stingray that walks around. And she can turn into a monster stingray after getting certain things off the map. She would have to get retooled for it to work. And she's very new. I'm going to put most likely not going to happen. But, as a void... Yeah, because Bel'Veth is supposed to be the reason why Kathia, which is off the side of like parts of, it's close to Shurima, but it's not of Shurima. But the whole thing is when that whole place went to in a basket because of the void, all that knowledge, all of those people, all that was in that area, pretty much went into made Bel'Veth. And that's why she's super intelligent. That's why she tries to look as human as possible through one of her designs and stuff like that. Is because I don't think she's stupid enough. She thinks that she's human. She knows she's a voidling, but it's something that kind of drives. She gained human ambition and emotion and kind of like that process. not really emotion, but like the mentality. And that can be for better or worse. But yeah, she's there. Neela is interesting. Because Neela is, yes, an ADC, but she uses a water whip. And she kind of tries to bring herself close to do damages and to bring people closer to her. She's like almost like a Diana and Samara fuse, kind of in a way. But also with the whip. I don't say she's going to be must-have because Samara's already in there. But Nala is a interesting Bilgewater character. And it would be interesting to see like her talk phrases. Because the whole problem is that she's not really possessed, but she has a pact of like with a demon. And the whole thing is she can't feel any other emotion but joy. And that could be horrible in situations like if you go to a funeral, everyone's crying, everyone's feeling bad, and you only can laugh. You could also have a thing where somebody leaves you, and this should be an emotional thing, and then all you can do is laugh. Like, that's all she has. And I'm like, damn. So it would be interesting there for, like, even in her losing, she doesn't have, like, the sadness part about her, or her personality issue, and she could say the wrong things. Be interesting. Cassante. Okay. Cassante is supposed to be, I think, from Ishtal. I think he's like almost a prince, and he's not. Well, no, not Ishtal. Like, he's a part of that region, I think. But he doesn't bow down, and he doesn't agree with like Kiana and her like people, and he's his own people. And he's the king again, but. Cassante is a different, because in League of Legends, when they brought in Cassante very recently, Cassante was one of those champions, Cassante was one of those champions where the intro video did not correlate to what he does. Because he's supposed to be a monster hunter. That's his whole thing. He's supposed to be like kind of based off like the Monster Hunter games. And that's what his origin is. Like, he hunts monsters. He had a partner that was with him, and they split up and whatever. He split up or whatever, and then through that whole thing, he learned, like, he fought back the monster and realized that he was the worst person he had. He didn't have to only beat the monster; he had to beat the monster himself, because pride is what blinded him to the truth. And everything like that. So, Cassante has this whole thing about monster hunting and hunting monsters. And then he's top lane. He's in the top. He doesn't go to the jungle. He doesn't hunt monsters in his origin. He doesn't do that. He just fights people. Top lane. That's it. So I'm just like, that's weird. And also, his kit is kind of really hard to use for most people. Like, if you know how to do it, you can. LCS people, like, they can go ham. They use Cassante, and Cassante can hurt bad if you know how to use him. But if you don't, I would like especially because he's new, but I do like the whole Tonfas, even though they're oversized. I do like that movement, and then I could see him doing his specials and everything like that. His ult would be weird because then it doesn't, like, he doesn't go through terrains and everything. So I'm going to still put him as plausible. He's just going to be very on the low side. You know what? Put him right next to Kiana. He is plausible. I need to bring up Kale a little bit more than this. Yeah. You know what? Before the kid. So, yeah, he's plausible, but I can't really see him. His ult would... Some stuff would need retooling. Milo. He's an enchanter. He oddly does a lot of things because he's an enchanter. And he can kick those little stupid orbs around and hurt people with them. And then also heal people with them. But he's like too much of a support. So he's going to be on the high end of that. But I don't... Yeah, I don't think of him as like he could become a fighter. Ooh, the new one, Neferi. So I know Neferi just came out like a month ago, but I would not be surprised if Neferi is at least DLC, because her being like one of the easiest assassins they made. Neferi's from Shurima. Neferi's a Darkin. Neferi used to be a Darkin blade. It's just like a big dagger. The person who was holding her, who like rescued her, that she thought wasn't going to hold on the hilt. He was like not touching it. He covered it, because if you touch a Darkin blade, the Darkin can take over, and most likely, unless you're Kane, will take over from contact and become you and assimilate. Because he never touched it, Neferi was stuck in that blade. But then comes Doom Dogs, which apparently is like not really hound dogs, the dogs of of Shurima, which is just pretty much a desert area at this point. So they're hungry. They hunt in packs. They scour the world for like food, and they found this guy. And because he didn't want to use his dagger, he used a sword that was next to him and tried to fight off the dogs. The dogs went feral, or even more feral than they are, bit him, and then bit into the blade, shattering it. I don't know how their teeth are so strong they shattered steel, whatever the heck a Darkin blade is made of. But they bit into it, and then Neferi had her whole essence, her whole being separated into this pack now that apparently can configure and transfer other dogs into the pack, which is weird to find out that they have like almost like a parasitic or like a vampiric way about it, where it's like, oh, we around you, we can corrupt you into this because you were a dog. You can spread this manifestation around. So Neferi realized through this whole thing that she always thought me, just like the Darkins all think like we all have to be one. Not really one. We have to be of our own person, and I will be the ruler. No, I will be the ruler. No, I will, like that kind of stuff. And they fought against each other, which didn't help the situation, especially because they're already fighting voidlings, and then they're fighting against themselves, and then the aspect of Twilight, not Zoe, the original Twilight, is just like, I'm going to seal you in swords, like things like that, and blades and weapons, like great. But yeah, Neferi finds out like she pretty much is better to be part of a group than just being herself, and she wants Darkin to join up, rise up kind of stuff, and realize that they're better together, and they can be on the top of the food chain again, and pun thing. But Neferi in League just works. She just works with her abilities and the hitting and the movement that she has of like dashing, spinning, dashing again, going through things, targeting people, and just going at them with other people, getting more and more dogs, which I guess you would have to have like this mechanic of like throwing a dog, or like dogs would be with her, and you have to pass them. So it's plausible, but it's almost as plausible as her. So I put her there. She'd be cool. I don't know if she again, it's very new, so who knows about that. But yeah, that tier list is done finally. So we're gonna rapid speed go through all of this. This is again finale. Oh my god. So we got confirmed already still Ari, Darius, Echo, Alawi, Jinx, Katarina. Now, part of my most stuff, I want these people in there. They're probably going to be in there because of just what they are and how they work as champions, or getting that legacy out of there, that legend part of them. Set, Vi, Akali, Zed, Blitzcrank, Braum, Riven, Yasuo, Aatrox, Fiora, Gangplank, Garen, this is a lot, Jax, Karma, Lee Sin, Leona, Diana. Oh, I put them together. Okay. Lux, Mordekaiser. Oh, God. I can't remember his name now. No, it's not Endure. Why do I keep thinking it's that? Olaf, there it is. Olaf, Samara, Nico, Rumble, Poppy, Renekton, Shyvana, which I probably should have put Shyvana a bit higher, but whatever. Talia, or Talia? Oh, wow, Talia. Whatever. Thresh and Vex. And this is very hard, maybe on that one. Plausible. Retooling would be needed, of course, for some of these. Wow. Okay, I just said his name before, and now my brain is... Velcogs, Nidalee, Rengar, Silas, Nautilus, Kale, Zoe. I always keep thinking Zoe, but it's Zoe. Nunu, Willop. We would have Warwick. Oh, God. Is Neela? Yeah, Neela. Tom Kench. Zach. We would also have Yon. Trundle. Arel. Saying them like really quick is killing. Alistair. Master Yi. Jinzhao. Lucian. Aphelios. Ash. Camille. Camille. Bran. Vladimir. Cho'gath. Dr. Mundo. Elise. No, I'm wrong. Damn it. What's her name? What is her name? Yeah, okay, that was Lise. Oh, come on. Is it Evelyn? No. Evelyn. Oh, yes, Evelyn. Okay. So, Evelyn, my bad. We have Volibear. I was about to say it again. Nasus, Azir, Pike, Fiddlesticks, Shaco, or Shaco. Fizz. Not Fizz. God damn. Oh, it is Fizz. Sorry. Gwen, Shen, Galio, Adur. What is your name? Orn. Oh, God. Kazis, Nar, Aurelia, Janna, Nocturne, Draven, Zillion, Pantheon, Jarvan 4, Jarvan the 4th, Jace, Callista, Kaisa, Yorick, Kassadin. There's a lot. Kiana, oh God, Cassante. My bad. Damn it. What's his? I always stop when it gets to one of these yodels. Kenny. Yeah. No. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's Kenny. My bad. Then we have Kindra, which is Wolf and Lamb. Lysandra, Malphite, Malzahar, Nefari, Mordekaiser, what's his name? I hate myself. Why do I keep forgetting these people? Damn it, what's his name? He's a tree. No. Maokai, there's, oh my God. And then we have Oriana, Rakan, Syla, Rise, Zyra, Tredemir, Swain, come on. I always remember the wife now. I can never remember him. Zareth is over here. But come on. Where's this stupid name? Oh, come on. You kidding me here? Viego. There it is. Every time I try to search it up, I remember it instantly. So Viego and then Zareth. Most likely not going to be in there. These are just... Nah. Belvath, Raxai, Scion. Wow, how much time have we been recording? Oh my god. So much. Ziri, Tristana, Akshan, Yordle. Oh, look at him cry. Amumu, Milo. We would have... Eyes, come on. Now, why? Chrono Phoenix, come on. Cryo Phoenix, not... Anivia, god damn. So, my brain. Anivia, Aurelion Soul, Cassiopeia, Ezreal. We would also have Soraka, Quinn. I'm going to try this. I'm going to really try this. Graves, Hecarim, Ivern, Jhin, Vayne, Kane, Urgot, Syndra, LeBlanc, Lilia, I don't know how to say her name right, Renata Glass. Come on. Why did I stop when it got to him? Come on. Oh, I put idiot. The Shield of Tark. There's it. Sorry. That one actually I have to fully load up. Tark, Lulu, Misfortune, Morgana. That's not Nala. Why am I brain? This is... Numi. Or Numi? No. No, that's not it. It's not it. See, at least I'm looking this up so I can actually tell, because it's the one I was like, no, you're not gonna be here because it's not gonna work. Nami, there it is. Nami. Sejuani. Wukong, Silver, Seraphine, Sona, so much. Skarner, Talon, oh god, help me. It's a rat and I can't remember his name now. Where's the rat's name? Twitch. There it is. Yeah, based off the... Yeah, Twitch. So, you stinky rat. Ours, Victor, God. Viger, Fizz. Or Ziggs, not Fizz. That's most likely not. And then my anti-tier, which a lot of them is just because I don't like them or I don't want them in the game. Oh yeah, you should probably be on the... You should be on the top. Gragas, Annie, Bard, Caitlyn. Caitlyn should be over here. So yeah, Bard, Corky, Heimerdinger, just because he wouldn't be able to do anything. Yumi, Karthus, also another one of those like, oh, Karthus is almost like if you had a COD, like a sniper, and that's all he did was camp, and that's just him. Kled, too hard to kill. Kog'Maw, Rammus, Senna, big ass cannon. Singe, annoying. Teemo, and Twisted Fate will be on there too, and then Caitlyn at the end. So that's it. That's done. I'm done with this list. It was a lot. I didn't expect it to be this much. I hope you all enjoyed me just blabbing on and going and trying to tell things that probably a lot of people, if they're watching this, already know. And if they don't know, they probably are like, what the heck? That's too much information. But yeah, our Project L should have a lot of characters. Should have a lot of, like, beast rule and other things of that nature that would be different. So that's cool. Because even in the most def, they like there's still a lot of creatures in here, and there's still some humans and some yordles and some stuff like that. So you would have a lot of variety for the casts. That's not going to really be in a lot of other games or a lot of other fighters, because a lot of other fighters are like humans, more humans. You might be tall, small, or short, man, big, or whatever, but you're still human. Hell, what is it? Tekken. Tekken does have some cyborgs and stuff like that, but Tekken also just has that one guy who's well, no, they have Puma. Yeah, they have different characters, but Tekken's weird. Street Fighter, almost, I'm pretty sure all human, to my knowledge, of the roster, or whatever the hell Blanca's supposed to be. But still human, hopefully. Then also like Mortal Kombat, to my knowledge, aside from that one, the one with the sharp teeth, they're still all technically human or humanoid. So that's a thing. But these will be like actual creatures, monsters, and stuff of that nature, and have different the little skins, whatever, anthropomorphic stuff to them. So it should be fun. A Project L. I'm probably gonna lose my voice after all this stuff. But like, comment, subscribe. It would be a very long time if I ever tried to do one of these again, because I didn't know how long this was going to take originally. But it was fun for the most part. I do love it. Do love all of you. Thanks for watching. Be a fan. Bye for now. For now.